Go.
Throughout the course of my A2 project, I have used numerous technologies during the development of my project. The first technology used in the course of the construction of my main product was an underwater camera. This was an average camera with the ability to shoot moving images which came with an exceptional case that enabled us to take the camera underwater to shoot. For the other filming that took place for the rest of the footage for our music video, we used an HD film camera. As the settings were already set to the ones we required, there wasn't any need to change them. To acquire a stable shot, Rachel and I used a tripod to enable this. As for the editing process, we used Apple Mac computers which had the program iMovie on it. Considering Rachel and I had not been familiar with this until the construction of our prep project, we decided to take some more time to get familiar with the tools and the methods that were on offer to create our final project. The transitions that were used in our final project were the fade. We used this mostly to show a passage of time. Other tools we used were the speed tool. This enabled us to slow shots down to show tension and make the chase scene in our music video more dramatic. For other adjustments we made to our project, we changed the lighting by using the brightness tool. We did this after our audience research to make it clear to the target audience that there's a passage of time and the beginning of the video is the past and the end of the video is the present time. As for ancillary tasks, just like last year, we used Photoshop CS5. Hopefully this year, with previous experience, my work will appear more advanced as I use the range of tools that I had during the course of my AS project. As a few examples, I used the Magic Wand tool to get rid of the background quicker and more efficiently. An adjustment tool I used was the brightness and contrast. I did this to make the images of my ancillary tasks more vibrant, which enabled them to stand out more to my target audience. However, before I could do this, I had to take the images first, in which I used a digital camera, which allowed me to take still shots. During the research stages, I used YouTube and several search engines to determine the conventions of typical music videos. YouTube permitted me to observe real media text to determine these conventions. Then later on I had learned to make the video look as much like a real media text as I possibly could. By using my blog, this enabled me to become a prosumer. I used this to display my work, which enhanced my project to become more multimedia. Another program I used to display my work was SlideShare. This is a website that allows you to post your presentations on the internet, therefore I was able to post mine on the blog. However, before I could upload my presentations, I had to use Microsoft PowerPoint to create these presentations first. This is another example of a type of technology I used. Another way of displaying the research and planning that I had accomplished was Movie Maker. By using this program, I could transfer my presentations into the program and add transition, sound and more on to make it more interesting to watch, a way of displaying the information I had recently discovered. During the evaluation stages, I used SlideShare again, as this is very simplistic yet an easy way to communicate ideas and information to people. I also used an HD film camera again to do a face-to-face camera piece, as it is simple to consume and your audience isn't continuously reading through screens and screens of text.